Hi everyone, my name is Scott Blurton. I'm producer, writer, actor, director for our film project, The Canvasser, and it's I think August 8th, 2021. Just wanted to give you another film production update for The Canvasser. Sorry it's been so long since the last time we talked. I had the computer basically die on me. There was basically just the corruption of the operating system. I had to take it into Mac, and they basically had to do a full reinstall, wipe over the drives, all that stuff. But fortunately, the downside is that it took me some time, a few weeks to get back up running. The upside is that all the information was backed up or on external drives, so it didn't put anything at risk. Um, and now I have a new operating system, a new Mac operating system. They were able to install, and update it. Now, I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of our production. I know it's been, I think the last time was in February, but basically, the film is essentially done. We've completed the audio mixing, at least the preliminary mix. We have put together with the video. We have output it into a pretty strong format, and we have started to submit it to film festivals. We just submitted to Slamdance in Utah last week. We will be doing more over the next few months. The next steps will be basically, well, I'll go into next steps, but for the most part, I'm going to switch the screen to my screen. There you go. And I'm going to shrink this. And so this is basically what it looks like now.
On what really matters.
Well, how many priorities should I have?
How many fingers on my hand?
5.
Exactly.
What?
You think the decimal system was an accident? That it was a coincidence that the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and One Direction all had 5 numbers?
Okay, I'm just going to pull this back up so you get an idea of what's going on here. Let me switch it back to me. There you go. Basically what it is, what we have is we have the dialogue is essentially completed. We have the sound effects are completed. The ambient background noise is completed. The Foley is completed. And the music is essentially complete. We are missing one track, which is not essential for the movie. It is going to be used for the campaign video because right now we don't have any music, but it was a lower priority. And after working on the score for about a year, I was a little bit burned out and I need some time. But if you wish, I can show you. I'm going to pull up here the film mix, I should say, and that will help give you an idea of what's going on. So here we've got everything into track stacks. So that's just simply for this presentation. To give you an idea of where everything is, we have everything split into dialogue, Foley, sound effects, ambient background music, and ambient background noise and music. And we've basically down here, we've printed them off into what they call a print track. That is what we then export and then bring it into the movie and then mix it there. So what we've done with this essentially is a preliminary mix. It's not what you would call a broadcast mix. Like there is a certain normalization techniques that you would use to fit broadcast standards. Say the one we'll probably use is Netflix. But instead what I did is I tried to normalize so that the audio, the dialogue never goes be above negative 11 decibels. And then I adjusted everything so it sounded well compared to that audio level. The worst we've had is we do have the master, which combines all of them, hits -8, but we're going to make a final adjustment when we have to buy a tool to do it when we do the final broadcast mix. But for now, it's good enough to send it to film festivals, and this version has been placed on my YouTube page, so you do have an opportunity to watch it through to see what it looks like and how it sounds. So I'm just going to give you an example of how this all fits together. Oops, sorry, I'll have to click into here.
Early education, childcare. I certainly didn't before the campaign.
Most counselors don't, but your stance was appreciated. So what are you going to do now?
I'm not sure yet. I guess I'll look for a job.
Well, if you're interested, we could really use someone like you down at the daycare.
And you can see here there's the dialogue
Organization, administration,
split into multiple
little
tracks.
things like that. Doesn't pay very much, but we could certainly use you.
You want to hire me?
Foley is all split up. I really should
City
rename
Council.
these top 4.
Took
They
a
don't
lot of
make any
courage.
sense.
We need more people like that in the city.
Lots of sound
When can I
effects.
start?
If I can split it out into pieces here. Oh, that's the wrong way. Let me
Come
go this
rolling
way.
back, have you? No.
There you go.
You still
bit
owe me
clearer.
2 weeks back pay for the campaign.
ambient
That's
background
right.
noise, which we
And
really
here.
pulled back once we started implementing the score. It wasn't as necessary, and it kind of got things in the
There you
way.
go. That's the
And
last
then
dime
finally
we'll
the
make in
music,
Ottawa.
which we
I
spent,
hope it was worth
I
it.
should say, I
It
spent the
was.
last year on
We campaigned on things that
about
mattered.
3 to 4
You could
hours a
have
day,
had
3
so
times a
much
week.
more.
And
You
it
had the
really comes
chance to
through.
get on the ground floor
If
of
you
a
have a
rising
chance to
star
check it
and make a
out,
lot
it
of money doing
really
it.
adds.
I'm
It's
not
amazing
interested
what
in
a
that
score
anymore.
can
The
add
problem with
to a production. I'm going to switch it back here. Sorry, here. Can add to a production, and you can just hear it. I'm going to shut up so you can actually listen to it.
should be money, draw.
That was nice. I like that one.
The problem with getting your cut is that you'll have to live with the way things are, not the way things should be. Money drives power. Only if we let it. I am not prepared to do that anymore. Oh, really? You're just one
I'm
person.
actually quite proud of this section.
First of all, I'm going to win the nomination for Ottawa Metro right out from beneath your nose. That's the writing precedent.
And then we get the horns coming in.
He has something he wants to tell you. When I win,
Oh, not yet.
I am going to take over the bloated carcass you call a party. From here on in, it's going to stand for something. That's the
Yeah.
president of the party. She wants to have a word. I'm going to campaign across this country.
Yeah, I think that's enough. Let me get it back to me. There, let's get that out of the way. Oh, sorry, that's not what I want to do. Oh my goodness, I keep hitting the wrong button. There, this is what I want. Okay, so switch it back there. Okay, so now it's back to me. As far as what's left, we have it. There's not much. There really isn't that much. Like, really, what we got. And I'm just gonna pull it up here. Yeah, there. Oh, sorry. Just gonna pull it all the way back. I have it listed on the festival submission because they ask that you have what's left. If you're going to label it as a work in progress, you have to tell them what you have left to do. There we go. What we have to do is for film festivals, they require that you send them a caption file. So I'm going to do that. That might be the last thing I do. In fact, I'm going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to switch back to here. There, now you can see it a little bit more clearly. So basically, I'm going to add subtitles or captions. That's going to be important for those of hearing impaired. And believe it or not, it's not that difficult. I got to compose one additional track. I've already let you know that. I got to adjust the audio sync. In the first scene, there's a slight problem where some of the lines don't seem to match up just right. So I'm just going to double check that, see if I can get it to work. Stereo pan sound effects. A lot of the stereo sounds are in mono, and sometimes they're in stereo. And the ones that are mono, what we do is that you're allowed to pan them to the left and right speaker from -64 to +64. And what we did is we took the middle and we made that 0, and the edge of the screen we made that -40, and the other edge of the screen made that +40, and then anything beyond that is going to be considered as off screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the sound effects and just pan it, just so it gives a better stereo experience. Improve several visual effect shots. There is a few shots here that be next. I'm going to show you one in particular. Actually, I will try. And that's almost done. We have actually did most of that this week. And with the DaVinci Resolve, it's a lot easier to do than it was in Final Cut Pro. There's a lot more power there, a lot more technical ability, so it's going to make it a lot easier for us to fix these shots. And the ones that are really that stood out, I've been able to fix them already. There was another one as well. Oh yeah, additional background object removal. We have a couple. We have a lady in the background of the shot that's kind of distracting. I've already removed her. And then we have one shot where we've already painted the person out, but there is one frame where they appear in Vilma's hair. And you're probably not going to see it, but I'm going to see if I can find a way to either cover that or remove it so that you can't see them, or it's harder to see them. Now, as I mentioned before, we're going to have to normalize the sound mix to broadcast standards. We're also going to have to update the end credits to make sure we have everybody's name where they should be. And then I do have a few motion graphics that I have to update, like the graphs that appear on screen. That just needs a couple of things that I need to do. But that is not going to be very long, and it's not going to take too long. The longest one is probably going to be the additional music track. That'll probably take an additional month. Visual effects we should finish up sometime this week. Video, we could probably hit video lock probably by the end of the week after. And then so I currently we're looking at September, October for final lock where everything's done. It's been a long time coming to this, and it's actually kind of emotional to get to that point where everything's getting completed. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank everyone who helped this project. I know it's taken very, very long, but it really is coming together. Let me switch back. What else we got? Yeah, let me see if I can show you one of the shots. Here we go. Oh, we're still on screen share, right? Yeah, we're still on screen share. Okay, let me go to here. Now, what I wanted to fix visual effects wise, and you can see here, it's really in here. See if I can get it right. 42. There's one. Okay, so this one here, I'm going to do it slow-mo. You can see, if I move my mouse up here, you can see that the edge really isn't that great. It's pretty obviously that this is a visual effects shot. It's pretty obvious there's rotoscope. That looks fine. And then, yeah, that just doesn't look right. And then it just, in slow motion, you can really see it. And then if I go back even further, there's another shot. It's before this. It's hard to move around.
When you have to make these privileges an anchor around her neck.
Yeah, that's before. I gotta go back further.
Ready? Now.
That actually turned out well. Yeah, that's not it. Sorry for the delay.
No, they're all...
No. It's hard to get it right on. There we go. It should be around here.
What made you, of all people, think that you could run?
Well, because everyone gets...
It is a little tricky to try and get in the right place because QuickTime is pretty hard to move at a very
I'm doing the
with
best
a
I
lot of
can.
precision.
Nobody cares about your best. They only care if you win.
I'm not sure that's true.
Do you have a campaign account set up?
No.
Oh, it was after this. Okay.
No. There were
Okay, let me see if I can skip it ahead here. There we go.
technology in the world cannot help a campaign if it doesn't have strong message. What is yours?
Well, there were...
Yeah, okay, so it's before this. Can I go backwards? Yeah, we'll do that. This might be easier. Just get it. Yeah, that's the shot. One of the shots. The other one is that. This is the shot of death. Okay, so I'm just going to show...
No.
You do now.
Okay, so if I go back, you can see right there, if you look at the top of his head, you can see it doesn't quite look right. If I go really slow, you can... And it looks worse in motion, but you can see there's a hard line. It doesn't really blend well. And that is really what we're trying to fix. And I was able to fix this. As well as you can see, I have a Scott Blurton sign down here. Basically, I've done that. What I've done there is instead of rotoscoping out another sign, is I just simply changed the color of it to more of a pink. So you won't really notice. And so that shot is essentially complete. I don't really have much more to add to that one. Yeah. And that's really, okay, if I can get back to here, switch it back. Yeah. And I'm going to switch back to me. Okay. And so that's really about it. Like it's really kind of strange to be at the end of this process because it never seemed to have an end. Like there always just seemed to be something more to do and something more to work on. And now to be at this point where we're essentially getting near the end, there's not much more to do. It's been kind of nice in a sense where I've been able to take some time for myself and actually spend time and relax rather than having to work essentially 2 jobs. What we're going to be shifting more towards now is, of course, submissions. We're going to be trying to come up with a festival strategy soon, and we're going to try and submit that to the festivals. And the tricky part is that I'm here. Travel, of course, is challenging and expensive. Our lead, Vilma, is in Los Angeles, so you want to try and find some that she can participate in as well. Although if we get into Slam Dance, that would probably be really good. Probably maybe try and get one in LA. Probably focus on the northeastern United States. Possibly even do Barbados. So Chantel has family down there, so we could do that. And that's really about it. So that's all the update I have for today. Sorry for taking so long to get back to everyone. but it's been it's weird as we get closer to the end as well. It also seems like doing things accelerates. It gets easier and faster to do everything. So like this week, working with the visual effects in DaVinci instead of Final Cut Pro, everything just went really, really quickly. I guess we had built up those skills, and things after doing a few things a few times, you get faster and better and more efficient at it. Yeah, so I'm going to get back to you probably in about a month or two with another update. Let you know what festivals are getting into. Please check out the Canvasser Facebook page, which we created. Oh yeah, I have to update IMDb, of course. And just keep like what we're gonna try and push everything to the Facebook page because it's just nicer to have it in a central location. But we're still gonna send out the emails and keep everybody appraised. But that's about it, really. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention my wife is pregnant. We are expecting our first child, a girl, in December, or late November, early December. So it's good that I'm getting this movie done. So actually, because I'm not going to have much free time come December. Anyway, thank you very much, and I hope everything goes well. And I look forward to seeing you all at the premiere. Probably we're going to schedule in the fall as the weather gets better, so it's easier for people to get there, and as well be safe. Anyway, and that's about it. Thank you very much, and this is Scott Blurton signing off.